What time y'all coming over?
I'm coming over at 6, but we driving separately.
Alright, cool. We eating at 6:30. You bringing something that need to go in the oven?
Nah, but my mama bringing the cake though.
Alright, bet. I'll see y'all when you get here. What's up, everybody? What's good? My name is EK, and welcome back to What's Good English, the channel where I focus on colloquial English, slang, and African American vernacular so you can understand how English is really spoken. And today, I'm going to actually revise something that I spoke about in the very first episode of African American vernacular. We're going to go back to the basics and revisit how African American vernacular is a zero copula language. A copula, or in our case, a copular verb, is just a fancy way of saying it is a verb that links a subject to a predicate, and in English that verb is to be and all of its conjugations. Now, as we see here in these sentences, is and are represent the copular verbs. He is a teacher, he is learning, they are teachers, they are learning. Now, in African American vernacular, we ain't got time for all this nonsense. We remove the usage of the verbs is and are from most of the present tense, and if you're only familiar with standard English, it might sound like bad grammar when you see a sentence like he is learning and they are learning become he learning and they learning. However, I have to ask you, what work are is and are doing in these sentences that isn't already being done by the presence of the word learning? Because to me, they ain't doing nothing but signing a name at the end of the group project after the other word already did it. Hey, what you cooking right now? I'm just eating up one of them chicken bakes I got last week. This rule applies to every sentence that can be contracted. So something like she's my sister becomes she my sister. Now, you might have noticed in some of my sketches that I'm still using the word I'm. That is because am is an exception to this rule. We still use it and it still functions exactly the same in African American vernacular as it does in standard English. So a sentence like I'm running late is correct and I running late is incorrect. The rule also extends to our combination words like gonna, gone, fitna, and bout to. Hey, y'all hungry? I'm finna order takeout at this dim sum place. Nah, we about to leave in a few, man. We just gonna get something on the way home. Now, there are a few grammatical situations in which we cannot completely remove a copula and we are forced to, hey, we don't need both of y'all. We ain't got enough work for both of y'all. We just gonna take him because he already covered like everything that we need him to do, and like we will keep our application on file though, because like I mean we might got some use for you later on in the future. But is occasionally used as a question word. It's not necessary, but it can help to add a little bit of stress.
You just gonna pretend like you ain't hear somebody knock at that door, boy. You just gonna pretend like you ain't hear somebody knock at that door, boy.
You will also hear questions like who she, who they, and who that, and they are capable of standing on their own, as well as who you, although you are still likely to hear who is you.
Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
However, we don't say who he. It sounds kind of weird, so you're going to see who is he, except for when you're using it as part of a bigger sentence, like who we going to the movies with.
Yeah, I'm just getting in right now.
Oh, who you think you is coming home at this hour? Why you just sitting there in darkness like you the boogeyman or something? In the present tense, we also can't make a sentence like do you know where they? There has to be more information. Now, we are much more likely to say something like do you know where they at as opposed to do you know where they is. However, both responses are correct. That does it for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments. I just want to say I appreciate y'all so much. I've been going through like super imposter syndrome recently because there are so many more of you now here and on other social media than there were a month ago, but I'm gonna get through it because the message that our language is beautiful and deserves to be respected is important, and I want to get that message out there. So again, thank y'all very much. I would not be here if it wasn't for y'all, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Ciao.
Oh, big head boy can't do nothing.